we doing on this hump day? I'll give y'all a minute to get on. Tag a couple people. Or not. There we go. Hey y'all. Good afternoon. This is odd for me. Usually I'm a morning liver. But I had some things to see about this morning on the mama end and wifey end of things. So I figured we would visit this afternoon. So who's on? Tell me hey so we can start chatting. Anybody on? Hey, Francine. What's up, sister? I knew I could count on you to talk about some guilty pleasures. I sure hope, after I posted what I was going to chat about, I thought, maybe that sounds bad. Maybe some folks might be a little scared by that. But it's not what you think, I promise. It's something that came to me this morning at the coffee pot at 5 o'clock. As I was one eye open and the other closed, and thanks, Francine. I feel like you and I are hair spirit animals. Like, you could totally do this with yours. Maybe? No? So, I was, of course I'm going to do some makeup this morning, or this afternoon. Here I go again with the morning. Obviously, I need some more coffee. I just, your little morning revelations. Do y'all have those? Morning revelations while you're at the coffee pot, trying to get the blur and the cobwebs out of your head. Hey, if you're hopping on, tell me hi. Oh, did he really, Francine? That's kind of funny. I think our personalities are a lot alike too. We get each other. We're kind of on that same brainwave in a weird way. But I was at the coffee pot this morning. So if anybody new is hopping on, tell me hi. So I know who I'm chit-chatting with. But I was at the coffee pot this morning, fixing my little cup of coffee, and my husband laughs at me and says, there is nothing simple about your coffee. He always picks on me and says that I have to have bougie coffee, even at home. Not that I have to have cold brew or that I have to have something from Starbucks. It's just that my coffee has some substance to it, right? He drinks his black. I like mine bougie, apparently. And the things that I put in my coffee in the morning got me to thinking about guilty pleasures. So this morning, I pour the coffee and then I put my usual collagen in my coffee, because I put collagen in my coffee every day, which, by the way, girls, if you don't, you should. It helps with your skin, and your hair, and your nails, and all of the above. So I'm going to start my makeup while we're talking. But as I put in the second thing, I always put my collagen first so that the heat can help to dissolve it, because I do a powder form. I then grabbed my flavored coffee creamer. How many of you girls use flavored coffee creamer? I'm using the Ultimate Smoky palette, by the way. So I'm going to get some lighter white in my inside corners. Is my light bright? Can y'all see me? I feel like it's from one extreme to the other right here. Is that better? So as I started to put my flavored creamer in my coffee, which is sugar-free, by the way, I don't know why I felt the need to just validate that, but I started thinking, you know, I'm always watching my calories. I'm always thinking about how you use hazelnut. I can't do hazelnut. It gives me heartburn. I do like the vanilla one with another guilty pleasure, caramel sugar-free syrup. Or I'll do, you know, just different flavors, but I can't do, you do French vanilla, Lacey? I can't do the hazelnut because it gives me heartburn. But I started thinking, do y'all ever do that? Like you do or listen to or eat or drink something that you immediately feel guilty for? Maybe not. Maybe it's just me. I got to wondering, what makes us feel that way? And then I started thinking, you know what? I'm going to quit doing that because I feel like everybody's so worried about exercising and keeping our bodies fit and living longer than the average. You don't feel guilty? Well, maybe I'm just a guilt tripper. I don't know. So now I'm going to use this silver. No, I'm lying. I'm going to use the baby cakes in the mono shadow. I'm sorry, y'all. I got deep thoughts. I'm struggling to follow my own. But I started thinking, everybody's so focused on, hey, if y'all are hopping on, tell me hi so I know who I'm chatting with. This is baby cakes. Isn't it such a pretty pink? I'm going to use that right in this area. Why do I do that? Everybody's so focused on trying to live longer than the average person and, you know, trying to make sure we don't get things like cancer or diabetes. And listen, I understand the severity of those things. I get that those are important, and I'm not taken away from that. But my thought process went a little further than that. If we're trying to live longer than the average person, what happened to enjoying life? We might as well, because we're going to be here longer, if we're doing all those extra things, we might as well enjoy, right? Have some pleasures. And, you know, there are pleasures that are questionable that we're not going to talk about because this is PG rated. I don't go any further than that here because there are mamas with kids watching, and we shouldn't go there anyway, unless it's a group of close friends. So I started thinking, what things, I'm sorry, I got to look over at my mirror. So do y'all see that pink? How pretty it is. It's kind of a silvery, it makes me think of romantic for some reason. I started thinking about all the things that I do and eat and feel and say that if I make myself, I'll feel guilty. But at the end of the day, I really, really enjoy it. Even if it's for a minute, even if it's not the greatest thing, it might be frowned upon. I really enjoy, like, what's some of y'all's guilty pleasures? Anybody have a guilty pleasure? Like things that might be frowned upon, whether it's food or activity or just anything. Because I guess I'm trying to make myself feel normal about guilty pleasures. I guess I'm trying to validate that they're okay, right? There's so many different opinions. So now I'm going to use the silver in the Ultimate Smoky palette. Anybody got any guilty pleasures for me that they want to share? Because I just really need to feel like I'm not the only one. Are y'all following? Am I too much wine? Me too, Lacey, me too. But really, is it too much? What is too much? And some of these guilty pleasures are bad, so bad for us in so many ways, but they're so good in others. Like wine, for instance, right? I'm not going to be shy in saying, because if you know me, you already know this about me. But if you don't know me, you're about to learn something new about me right now. Wine is something that I have at least a glass of every night. And I call it my medicine. And truthfully, I don't get drunk. Yes, I could probably do 3 to 4 glasses a day if I'm being honest. Yes, Lacey. But I don't do it to get drunk. I don't do it to get abusive or ugly or... I have 2 to 3 glasses, 3 to 4, whatever it is, a day to calm myself, because I'm a very anxious, busy person. I don't know if y'all have it, if y'all noticed that about me, but I try to do it just on the weekends, but I enjoy. Right. And you know what? Here's my thing. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with enjoyment in life? I think we all need some enjoyment in life. I think that's what's, to some extent, wrong with the world today. Everybody's judging everybody, and everybody's pointing a finger and trying to throw the other one under the bus to make them feel better and look better, and I'm just kind of over it. And so I'm like, I thought to myself, this might come across as wrong or bad in some people's eyes, but wind down, right, Ariel? Wind down. But why are we going to try to live longer if we can't enjoy life? Right, especially, yes, that's my other, Lacey, I love having my wine, and I have a bathtub. Like, that's one of the things that sold me on the house. Jeff had other reasons, but you know, they always do. I'm going to go with some darker black here on the outside corners. One of the things that sold me on this house was it's got a huge, enormous, that's the only way I can describe it, a huge, enormous bathtub where like me and probably, hey Brandy, me and probably like, not that we would ever do it, but me and probably like 4 of my friends could sit in my bathtub. And heck, that might be cool too if I didn't have a hot tub. But I love my bathtub, and I love my wine, and I love my music, and I have so many guilty pleasures, y'all, and I'm pretty much done with feeling guilty about it. So I'm just going to call them pleasures, and I'm going to call them what makes me me and what makes me happy. So I don't know what brought that on this morning, but I just felt the need to chat with somebody about it. And I feel like since I'm in the industry of empowering women, and since I have gone through the phase, and I'm still, not phase, but season, I'm still going through the season of my life where, though I'm more career driven than I was when Jeff and I first got married, because my career had to take a back seat, which was fine. That's what I chose to do. But now that the kids are older, I'm able to work more and do more for myself and less worrying about what they're doing and what they're having, what they're needing, and blah, blah, blah. So I've been through the season of life where my whole life revolved around my little ones, and I didn't have time to do any of those things. So when I did them, I felt really guilty because I felt like I should have been with the kids and doing things with the kids. And I'm here to tell y'all, I had a couple women tell me that I shouldn't feel bad about relaxing or doing something for myself, but I still did. But I'm here to tell y'all, I have gone through it. I'm still going through it. And we're mamas and we work. And a lot of the times we are, I don't want to sound self-important, but we are the glue that keeps our houses, homes, and families together. So, you know what? If wine is your guilty pleasure, have your wine. As long as you ain't hurting anybody else, what's the problem? My kids actually prefer when I have a glass of wine. They'll look at me and say, Mama, are you okay? You didn't have your glass of wine today. Some mamas might go, oh. But they recognize that mama stresses out and mama is pulling the weight of everybody else during the day. And mama needs a relaxation. And they get that. And I don't see anything wrong with that. You know, I've got, again, several guilty pleasures. I've got, who has guilty? Can somebody share something with me other than wine that will make me go, oh, well, maybe I didn't feel guilty about that, but maybe it is a guilty pleasure? Like, one of my things, for instance, if you hopping on, tell me, hey, I promise I won't, I might ask you questions, but you only answer if you feel like it or if you feel brave enough. But I promise I won't make fun of you. So, just recapping, I used the smoky palette with some Baby Cakes Mono Shadow, just to kind of brighten up here. One of my guilty pleasures is 90s pop music. Hey, Lebecca. Thanks for joining us. How are you? So one of my guilty pleasures is 90s pop music. And I don't know why that's guilty, but it just is. I don't know. It's always been something that I'm like, maybe that shouldn't be something that I partake so much in. I don't know. Chocolate, another. I'm from South Louisiana, so food. Like, we live to eat. We don't eat to live. So many people eat to live, and not me. Like, if you find me working out, it's because I know that I'm about to eat something good and I'm about to overdo it. Because I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul. So, anybody else have anything to add to that? Somebody give me something. I know y'all all have some guilty pleasures. One of my other guilty pleasures, and I call it guilty because it's not a self-help book, it's not factual. Chips and salsa, I know, and margaritas too. So, one of my other guilty pleasures is, y'all may or may not laugh at me for this, but I don't even care. One of my other guilty pleasures is romance novels. Like the Danielle Steele kind. Me too, Lacey, I'm with you. So I'm using our black ink liner. These are awesome. They do not smudge. And bedtime early is a guilty, right? And why do we feel guilty about that? What is up with that? We should feel like, okay, my body's telling me that I'm tired, so why not let it sleep? Fabio. Okay. I'm laughing with you, not at you, by the way, because at one point I had a crush on Fabio too. I just feel like our world has gotten so motivated to be productive every day, all day, no matter what's going on. You feel like you have to mow through everything to get something done. And I feel like we just forget that life is too short and we need to enjoy ourselves. So I'm gonna get off on my soapbox. If y'all wanna share some guilty pleasures with me, that would be great. Makeup is my other guilty pleasure, by the way, if you can't tell. Makeup and hair products. And that's something else. You don't care for a romance novel, but Sandra Hill has a Cajun series. And really, Ariel? I didn't see about it. Where'd you find it? At Barnes & Noble or Amazon, or what'd you find? So if y'all are just hopping on, let me know. I'm gonna use my ink liner and just get a nice little line across here. It's a nice little clean line. Ariel, I'm dying. Like, I need to know. One of my other guilty pleasures, and I got my daughter hooked on it too, and I know there's going to be so many raising their hands, and please do if you joining me on that. Naps. I don't get to take a nap. You know, I wish I could be a napper. Naps make me grouchy. Like, if I can't sleep for 7 to 8 hours at a time, there's no point in me trying. My guilty pleasure that I got my daughter started on too, and the boys in the house, I love it, because I love to terrorize them, because usually they have, is that bad? Yes, it is. Usually they have control over the remote at all times. They're like little king tuts of the remote. It's ridiculous. So, love potion. Ooh, Ariel. I gotta get that one. Hey, Amy, what's up? We talking about guilty pleasures. What's your guilty pleasure, Amy? So Hallmark and Lifetime Christmas movies is what Marley and we've started to we're addicted to them around Christmas time. Like, we legit, every time we have to do laundry, or really we don't have anything to do, we go in my bedroom and she and I snuggle up on the bed while the boys are on the couch watching Star Wars or whatever, which Star Wars is fine if that's what you like. It's just not my jam. So, that's my little guilty pleasure that I've gotten my daughter turned on to. I think it's funny because, just last year she got out of that awkward, ew, they're kissing phase, and she would kill me if she knew I was telling y'all this. But, she got out of that awkward kissing phase. Like, when the pizza, ice cream, and cookies. See, foodie again. Yes. What is it with us? Maybe because we're always preached to that we shouldn't. This is our double extend lash mascara, by the way. Maybe it's because we're always preached to that we shouldn't eat the junk food and we shouldn't partake in all the things that we enjoy. I don't know. So back to my guilty pleasure of makeup. See, I just signed up to be a beauty influencer. So I don't even have to consider it a pleasure. I mean, it is a pleasure, but it's work now. So my guilty pleasure just became part of paying the bills. See what I did there, girls? Find a way to validate, or just don't validate and don't feel guilty, period. And on the note of guilty pleasures and being business and such, today is our last day to meet our goals for the month with pharmacy. And Miss Amy Williamson, who just hopped on with us, is my direct upline, and she's up for director promotion. She's like so close, it's ridiculous. And I'm up for the next little promotion. Mine's not as big as director, but it's the next little promotion up that I've been really working hard at this month. So if there's anything that you see that you're interested in trying, today is the day to get that order in. And the other way that this stopped being a guilty pleasure is because when I signed up to, sorry y'all, I'm getting texts left and right. When I signed up to promote pharmacy, I paid $19. And then I got a grouping of my choice of products at, I think it's 70% off. So of course I jumped at that opportunity. You don't have to jump at the opportunity, but why wouldn't you, in my opinion? And okay, Rebecca, we'll see you in a minute. Thanks for hopping on. So I did it. And once I paid that $19, everything that you see me using, everything in the catalog, everything on the website is 50% off for me. And there's also you get a direct sales link, and it's up to you how you want to promote, or if you even want to promote it. But I'm going to tell you now, just from wearing it and people seeing your complexion from using it, it's going to sell itself. So if you are looking for, ooh, y'all, I just made a mess. Looking for a little bit of extra Christmas money, for gifts, if you are looking to have something for yourself, or if you just like makeup that much, you enjoy applying it, you would enjoy chit-chatting with others. I mean, you'll be a rock star at this. I regret not getting a bigger kit because I end up buying it. Yes, you're right, Lacey. So, you know, if you decide to visit with me about signing up, everybody that signs up under me, I highly recommend pick at least one of those groupings of products at a discount, because that's the only time you'll get it that cheap. And eventually, if you're gonna plan on making it a business, you're gonna want to invest. You're gonna have to invest, because in order to make money, you got to spend a little bit of money. Even if it's just the $19 and you spend money later, it's just a better, smarter idea to buy one of those groupings. So, with that being said, does anybody else have any guilty pleasures? Because I totally wanted to share my makeup with y'all today. What are y'all thinking about this? Are y'all liking these colors? I love these colors. Like the smoky palette is one of my favorites. And then with the baby cakes added to it, it just gives it just a pinky enough to bring it back down and not make it so evening and looking. And this mascara, I'm crazy addicted to. Can y'all see my eyelashes? Let me show y'all this for the ones that haven't seen it. Double Lash Extend, one mascara, or one tube of mascara, but you got two mascaras, or two enhancements in one mascara. It's like having two mascaras, because you've got a length and a volume. So $22.90 gets you what you're gonna get out of two mascaras. Where else in this world can you go and buy one, let alone two Rockstar mascaras for $22.90? Just wondering. So for those of you who have not seen how this works, this mascara has one brush that has a tube that the brush goes in and out of. So when you're going for length, hopefully you can see that with my hand in front. When you're going for length and you pull this part out, notice here how it squeegees the extra product off. So it's about having the precise amount of product to do what you need to do. So this one is for length and separation. This one, as I put the brush back in, and it looks like it creates a whole nother, thank you, Lacey, looks like it creates a whole nother brush, but it really doesn't. You're just getting more product on the brush. There's no fibers in it. It's not considered a waterproof, but I can tell y'all, I've been caught in the rain. I've sweated my booty off at the soccer field. Hasn't budged. It doesn't flake in my eyes. It's amazeballs. So, if you want to try this baby, today is the day to do so. Sorry, I have a fuzz. Sorry about that, y'all. So who else is on? Somebody give me some love. say hey, say hey. So now, I know usually girls do their contouring before their eyes, but I'm backwards, and that's the joys of makeup. We can do what we want to do because it's our face, right? Try to tell me otherwise. I won't feel guilty about telling you. Sorry, I don't care. So, contour stick. And just so you know, in case you're wondering, I use the VFX Pro primer and the Pro foundation before putting my eye makeup on. And I use the Mono brow powder in light brown with my pharmacy brush. Y'all, why do I still have a fuzz in my eyelashes? Sorry. So, I've got it there. I'm gonna make myself some little freckles in the corner of my forehead. Don't freak out. I promise it's gonna be okay. If you're on, tell me hi so I know who I'm chatting with. Get some on the side of my nose there. A few little dots across the outside jawline. And then I'm gonna come with a highlight stick. Ariel, I'm dying. I'm gonna have to go back. Are you still on, Ariel? I'm still like in disbelief that there's a Cajun romance series. I have not had a chance to read in Lord knows how long, but I'm going to get those and I'm going to read them and I'm going to give you a review on them. So now I'm going to take my Beauty Blender sponge. And this one's exclusive to pharmacy. Got one that's new if you want to see one that's not dirty and nasty. These are $6 and some change if you're interested. It's fantastic because you can use this side to blend the flat, wide areas of your face. You want to read them again, Ariel? So I'm using this one, flat, wide areas of my face to blend. And I'll show you what the pointy side does in just a minute. So I'm just really kind of patting at that contour color because I don't want to completely smudge it away. I want to keep the darkness in the areas that create shadows. And I know y'all have seen me do this a million times, but I'm gonna do it again because we're sitting on here chatting and I gotta put my makeup on anyway because I got a couple of haircuts later. So I'm gonna use the back side of this to get on the edges of my nose. Can y'all see how versatile this little thing is? There's so many different shapes to it. So what's everybody got going on this afternoon? You doing your makeup for work while watching? You oughta do. Let's do my look. You got my colors? I want to see yours. You need to send me a picture when you're done. Drop one in the comments. So, are you still at the hotel? What hotel are you working at, Ariel? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that on Facebook Live. My bad. Security breach. You don't have to answer that. So I'm going to use this pointy tip to get in under my eyes and kind of give that wide awake, bright look. Just stepped outside with you boys. It's fall break. Oh, nice. We have fall break. We're in Shreveport, but we have fall break next week. So we're gonna go camping. It's gonna be so fun. I'm using the same side of my sponge just to keep that light different from the dark and blend it and not marry the two. It's okay, Drury, if anyone wants. Well, if y'all need a hotel room in Lafayette, go see my cousin Ariel. She's your chick. She's at the Drury Inn. So I'm going to go back to this because I forgot to blend this guy down. And I'm going to take some of this and pull it down into my neck just to keep that blended look going. So we don't look like we have a mask on. That's the last thing you want to do with contours or with makeup in general, is look like you're wearing a mask. So 90s and so not cute. So now I'm going to take, did I get boring on y'all? Trying not to. Now that we're done talking about what you thought was going to be juicy conversation and turned out to just be me talking about overindulging in the things I love and feeling guilty for it. Sorry, y'all, didn't mean to trick you. But it is kind of funny if your mind was going in the gutter that way. So now I'm going to use Terracotta Blush number 17. This one's so pretty because this one and all the terracotta blushes, because it's got a sheer finish to it, but it still gives you that pinky glow. So I'm going to take this one on a big powder brush because I'm going to go right above that contour area, but still not into my eye area. To me, that just gives the perfect natural pinky blush. And I bring it up into my temple. Sorry, I keep looking to the side. I'm checking my mirror because it gets a little blurry staring at the light all the time. So I'm going to go this way on my nose just to give it some sheen. And then I'm going to take my Love Letter blush. On my blush brush, and I'm just going to do a little swirly bird. Oh, hello. Forgot to tap the excess off. Sorry, y'all. I'm not a good teacher today. My bad, my bad. Ooh, ooh. Got a little Cindy Lou Who there. That's the other thing that this is good for. For blending if you put a little too much blush or eyeshadow somewhere. So, now for lipstick. So I was thinking one of these three. So we've got here Mauve Pink. This is our liquid matte lippies. We've got, ooh, Pink Club might be a little too pink for me. Let's omit him. Or we've got Confident, one of my favorites. Anybody want to say which one they think should go as I take a swig of my water? Anybody? Anybody? Somebody? Anybody? So I'm going to go with Confident because that's the one I like. And I'm confident in my decision. How you like what I did there? So these liquid matte lippies are these are $11.90, and these can be used as lipsticks, eyeshadows, blush, and when you put them on, they don't budge under a mask. So I like to put my lipstick on first, and then I come back with my liner and define my lines. as y'all can tell, I'm gonna need to define those lines because I just made a mess. Ooh, hold on. Hold the phone. What just happened? I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna add in some mauve pink to kind of take away some of that purple feel. I'm gonna grab my lip brush so I don't combine these colors too much. So if there's anything that y'all see me using that you'd like to try, if you're local, I can put it in my bulk order this afternoon and save you some shipping. But if you're not local, that's not really gonna do anybody any kind of good. So I will put my, what were you thinking, Lacey? The Confident or mixing the two? What are y'all thinking? I think it's fun, but it's still soft. So I'm gonna do one more thing. And I'm gonna use some Honey Pot on top of these Liquid Matte Lippies. Because sometimes I like the depth that the Liquid Matte Lippies give, but I miss my sparkles. Guilty pleasure number 1552, I don't know. Guilty, not guilty. And I think the reason, going back to guilty pleasures, I think the reason I give myself the guilt trip so much is because I have kids and I want to be, mixing, that's what I thought, Lacey. I want to be a good example and I want to teach them all the good things in life, but then I forget that sometimes the good things in life are just simply what makes us happy. There's morals and values that are important. And then there's using your noggin and deciding for yourself what makes you happy. So it's a delicate balance as a mama. Y'all see how that changed it up some? What are y'all thinking? So, that concludes my deep thoughts for the day. Hopefully they were deep enough to keep your attention. And if not, that's okay. Maybe my next set of deep thoughts will keep your attention, and maybe not either. But please, if you are interested in something, hop on today and order it, because it would mean the absolute world to myself and my upline leader / bestie, Amy Williamson, if y'all could help us make it to the finish line. And we don't need to be running through all fancy, skidding in with all these extra thousands of dollars past our goal. We just need to be stepping on the finish line. So even if it's just a lipstick or a liner or that Bomb Diggity mascara that I showed you, every little bit adds up on our end. And trust me, you will not regret it. And if you do, talk to me and we'll make it right. So, thanks for watching. I enjoyed chatting with y'all and sharing all my deep thoughts of the day, which really or not a whole lot. Telling on myself. Thank y'all for watching, and I hope y'all have a great rest of the week. And I will probably see you tomorrow on a live. Tomorrow's my hubby's birthday. So if y'all see him, know him, have him on Facebook, send him a shout out. He's gonna be 44 tomorrow. Love y'all. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.